Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. A little bit of a shorter video this week, but I wanted to talk about the Osmo Pocket 3. I'm sure you guys have seen it around if you haven't been living under a rock or if you haven't been on Instagram in the last year or so. This thing's pretty crazy. As you saw by the little intro footage, it is like a cheat code for rollers, and it's probably, for car content, the only camera you need. This isn't gonna be a review per se because there's tons of reviews out there, but for creating car content, rollers is a cheat code. Basically, I mount the camera to the back of the car and you can control it via the DJI Pocket 3 app. It auto tracks the car and it looks really good. I mean, the footage is crazy. It's 4K, 10-bit, 24, 60 frames a second, and they make little ND filters, which I have on it. It's super nice. We're here at Cars and Coffee. It's hosted at Top Golf. We're not gonna be playing golf today, but go around and get some footage with this thing and kind of show you what you can get out of it. And all that footage is straight out of camera. There's not a whole lot of color grading or editing other than, chopping it up. But you can definitely do a lot more with this camera than what I just showed you. It is really impressive for what you're getting. Not only is it a great roller cam, but it's also just a great vlog cam. The built-in gimbal is crazy for stabilization, as you can tell. I'm walking about and the camera is just not even moving. And it also does face tracking, so if I tap on my face in the screen, track my face, which is pretty nice. So if you don't want to run around with a big, huge camera like I do normally, I run around with the Sony a7 IV with the big old 24-70 on it. It gets pretty heavy after a while, I'm not gonna lie. So having this little pocket cam, literally pocket cam, it is pretty refreshing. So let's go over a little bit about what you get in the kit when you order the creator combo for the DJI Pocket 3. Inside this little carrying case, which is kind of nice because everything is in here all the time. You get a battery handle. This is great for doing long sessions. Pretty much doubles the battery life of the camera. You get the mic transmitter. This is great for recording audio on the car. I'll show that when I show you guys how I set it up later. And then you get a tripod and adapter for screwing onto quarter mounts like tripods and stuff like that, or in our case the suction cups, charging cable, a few other little accessories, and then obviously the camera itself with the protective case cover. This is great if you just want to have the camera and you can just throw it in your pocket. You pull the camera out and it is ready to go. So as for setting up the camera on the car, it's really straightforward. Over here on the STI, I have this triple suction cup mount. You really don't need this big of a mount. I know that Ulanzi makes a single suction cup mount. It's like a 4-inch suction. That thing, if you set it up right, will never come off. But I like to be extra careful when it comes to this stuff. Dropping a $700 camera off the back of my car going freeway speeds is not ideal. So speaking of setup, this is specific to the STI, but it really goes with whatever car you want. I have a dummy cord attached to the suction cup mount, just in case if anything were to happen, it's just going to dangle out the back of the car as opposed to just falling off on the freeway and me never seeing it again. I have that tied up to actually the seat. There's like a hook underneath the seat when you fold it down, and that is not going anywhere. And then I usually suction cup back here on the passenger rear. One super important thing to do before you start mounting the suction cup to the back of the car is to clean it off. There's a bunch of dust and just, the car's dirty. I haven't washed in a while. There's a bunch of dust sitting on the surface, which could interrupt the actual suction process when you use the mount, and then you could run into it actually coming off. So what I do is I keep some quick detail spray in the front door of my car. This is actually just nice to have if you want to just do a little bit of touch-up stuff when you are going to shows and stuff. But a little bit of quick detailer and a microfiber rag, and then I will come back here and clean off the entire area before I mount the suction cup. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what it looks like with the suction mount setup. Once again, this is super specific to my car, but it's pretty much universal for all cars. On this mount, this is where we'll be threading on the adapter, which I'll show in just a second. So we're going to loosen this up and take out this piece, bring it over to our kit, and we're going to attach this adapter to this base plate for the suction cup mount. Something like this. Then bring it back over to our mount, put it into the clamp, and then really crank that down, make sure it's tight, and also make sure that the mount is straight up and down. Last but not least is to take the camera itself, bring it over to the mount, and then clip it in. There should be 2 clicks. There's like a little claw on each side of the camera, and then we're ready to go. So in the car, I'm going to open up the DJI, it's called the Mimo app, but it's the Pocket 3 app that the camera uses. It's going to prompt me to connect to the Pocket 3, and then just like that, it connects up. So I have it set to auto right now, but when you go in, you're gonna wanna set your camera settings based on the conditions and the lighting conditions that you're in. And you'll probably wanna use an ND filter to get that natural motion blur, but that's a whole nother topic. I won't go into that today, but you can control literally everything that the camera does from this app. There is a joystick that I can use to move the camera around. And if I wanted to track something, I can totally do that by just dragging over a subject. I can just drag over a subject to track it. And obviously the subject isn't moving, but when it is moving, it'll automatically track it. And this is how we get those crazy rollers, the effortless rollers. All you have to do is track the car and then kind of hold your phone where you can see it, making sure you don't crash while you drive. And the car will the camera will automatically track the car. It's really that easy. Last but not least, the last thing of this puzzle, if you want to get that super nice car audio, you can take the DJI mic transmitter and you can take it, turn it on, and then what I do, it's got a little magnet in the back. Here's the exhaust. I just take it and I just attach it right there. And that magnet is pretty strong. So that definitely is not going anywhere, and you can get super crisp car audio for whatever car you're filming. It's really just light work all the way around. So one last thing I'd like to talk about. You may have already seen it in the background of this video, but we got some construction going on at the house. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to kind of spoil what's going on here. But I just want to say that I'm looking out for the channel. I'm doing everything that I can to grow the channel and provide a nice place to make videos, create, and give you guys the best quality content that I can. That may or may not have kind of revealed what I'm doing, but I'm really excited. We finally broken ground on this project, so it's nice to see some progress going on. I think that what we're doing here is going to be a great basis for me trying to build this channel and ultimately build this business, because YouTube is a business at the end of the day. So I'm super pumped for it. I'll do a separate video kind of when we make some more progress on this, describing what it is, but I think you guys can already kind of guess what's going on here. Until then, we got both cars in the garage over here, one car from both generations. I got some cool things planned for you guys. That's all I'm gonna say. I think you guys will like what I got going on in the future. But with that, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thanks you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and drop a comment on what you think about this Osmo Pocket 3 setup. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.